All right, everybody. Game Cooker US Rocks VR here. Just looking at Palworld again. As you can see here, um, it's a little hard to move this over here. You can see there's 1,465,485 people in game right now, and it's January 31st, roughly 9 a.m. in the morning Eastern time. Um, and the Steam DB verifies this. Of course, they're probably getting their stats from Steam. As you can see here, in the past 24 hours, the game peaked at 1,651,846. Yeah. And I don't know if I can go to my library here. Um, let's see here. I don't know if it'll show. I forget how to go to my library when you're using the browser. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, Palworld's Palworld is still killing it. I mean, the updates are wow. The patch notes here have 54,000 thumbs up. Wow, that is pretty crazy, man. I never really see that too often. So if we look at the reviews here, I always look at most recent because that's, yeah. All right, here goes nothing. Game is pure dog wat. Wait, what? Oh, I thought this was for Starfield. That's funny. Stupidest and cutest game I have ever played. 10/10. Palworld made me quit gotcha games. During the pandemic, I wanted to play games that helped me relax, so I started playing Genshin Impact. And it made me spend hundreds of dollars worth of money to get the characters I wanted. I didn't really feel like I achieved something because after spending, I always felt empty. And Genshin really made me feel that I was missing out when I was not playing it. Well, Genshin does have its, it's not a bad game. But yeah, the problem is a lot of the game, those kinds of games, you got to dump a lot of money into for this, that, and everything else. So, so since this is in early access, they're giving it a 10/10, and a big win for the gaming community. So, yeah. Um, Addictive survival game with Pokemon capture them all aspects. Buddy up and collect supplies, right? Co-op is fun. I'm playing it with my kids, playing it with my friend. The game is fun, but you might need a stronger PC. If you lower some settings, it should be fine. Yeah, it's not. It. I don't know why people are talking about performance, but I guess it is pretty rough on lowering cards. But it is Unreal Engine, so that still has the same issues it always has. This one I don't know the language, but they gave it a thumbs up. A game where I'm able to relaxasaurus. That's funny. Except when I get raided by 20 pink sexy Mewtwo's. Funny. Quadruple A, it says. There you go. To early access, game has potential, but give it another year or so. Pet AI is just questionable. Well, that's only in the base, and that's not. Um, I'm not going to read all of his little quirky stuff here, but because it's early access, we already know all the little issues. Lack of content. Dungeon and bosses are stale. Well, I don't know. I disagree with that. I mean, that's all sub. That's like, you know what I mean? That's your own opinion, really. Me and my friend have fun fighting the outside bosses and I don't know if we did more than one tower boss, but it doesn't really matter. I think we did another boss. So again, this is early access. Give it a whirl. I mean, how many hours does this guy have? 32 hours. So he paid 30 bucks. He's already got 32 hours in. I mean, I don't know what this guy's talking about. Like, did he already blow through all the content? I mean, that's like the problem I think with most people. It's like they want to rush through the games. They want to hurry up to the end. It's like, it's like enjoy the game. Why is everybody in such a rush to like max level their character and you know they want to get the biggest pal as quickly as possible, and they want to rush through all the dungeons and the bosses. I mean, yeah, it's early access. There's going to be limited. I mean, there's quite a few bosses though, actually, but yeah, maybe they are underwhelming. I don't know because I don't play these kind of games very often. So for somebody like me, I'm enjoying it. I don't need a super hard boss. You know what I'm saying? I just need something to do that's interesting. You know what I'm saying? Um, but for me, if I played the game like 100 hours, I got my money's worth. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I don't understand like how people like quantify value. Like if you played a game, I mean now Starfield's another story. Like some games like Starfield, a lot of that game has you, at least in my opinion, wasting time, right? Wasting time. Um, like to me, Starfield should have just been a game where you just do the main quest, the main side quest, the faction quest, and then you have some, some battles out in space, right? Forget about the 1,000 planets. Like to me, that was a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? They could have easily had just 5 planets, right? They could have just had one solar system, right? That would have been fine enough, and then maybe you just had to go travel out to a couple star systems to get some like rare material or something, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, Starfield was just a big bunch of nothing, like a bloated mess, like Windows. That's what Starfield was, like Windows, So it's like, yeah. Anyway, animal abuse was never so cool, even though it's not animal abuse, it's pixels. Very addictive. 3 dots, thumbs up. This guy gave it a thumbs down with no um, comment. Nice game. When looking at the art style, it reminded me of art Pokemon used, so I went into playing this thinking it might be a lot like Pokemon, due to everybody calling it Pokemon with guns. After 2 hours, this is nothing like Pokemon, nor does it remind me of Pokemon. This game is its own thing entirely and quite a bit of fun, so if people would stop trying to make this game into Pokemon, I'm sure they would be left alone by that company, as this game is not Pokemon, but it's its own world. Much fun. Pokemon's Texas Simulator. Win. This game is a wonderful blend of all games you enjoy. If you like the idea of catching pets that fight for you and work for you, if you like the idea of exploring and base building, if you like the idea of relaxing or a difficult game, worth every dime you spend to have this game. The only thing I wish there was a dedicated server option that wasn't a third party option. Um, I don't understand. I'm not sure what they mean by dedicated server. You can um I don't know if I can leave a comment. What happened here? Um you can start your own server and just leave your computer running. I mean, that's probably, gonna up the power bill a little bit, but you can do that. I hope Joker doesn't find this world. That's funny. Funny, fun, surprising depth to it, but feels like there's a lot of potential still unused and a lot of polish still needed. Of course, it's early access, and it can only get better. I love seeing all my depressed pal work for free. Great game. El A Pal Pra Todo Lado. I'm not sure what that says. Mental game. And you can make this game harder by changing the parameters. Um, ah, in your server settings. Yep, okay, I'm addicted. Oh, why is this doing this all of a sudden? I don't understand why it's doing that. Yep, okay, I'm addicted. Game has better gunplay than Call of Duty, sound quality than Apex, and better visuals than Ark Survival. Well, I don't know, but all that, I think he's being very hyperbolic there, but that's fine. Price is completely worth it. Makes most AAA titles look like dog water for how they charge 60 to 70 plus microtransaction. No microtransactions, no BP, no DLC, just a release game for 30 bucks. Fun to play solo with friends and family as well. 10/10. Yeah, I mean that's, very good game, very good thing. Nintendo should do game like this. Haha, just joking, but still be good game, very fun gameplay. Kill pal, eat them, very fun. One of the best game for casual light gamers. Been 42 hours and I don't feel bored yet. Hope that the development can make this game bigger in the future. Yeah, and I think that's really the appeal of this thing. This is that casual gamers can just jump right in and have a good time. Like people that don't care about like playing multiplayer or co-op stuff, they want to get some stress off their back. They just want to immerse themselves in a world. They just want to forget about the real life for a little while, and you can just like kind of hop in this thing, and there's a gigantic open world in there, right? I mean, you could see everything. Like this, that's the thing with this game. Like when you go in, the world looks so huge. You know what I mean? You can see for like what you would, say miles, right? You can see for miles and miles, right? And it just feels like you're in this large, huge open world, just because of the way it's set up. This is a one of a kind game that you will keep on playing for a long time. They did an amazing job, and you should get it. Also, the graphics are very good. If you have a good GPU, the graphics are not bad. But I do recommend that you get the ray tracing mods, to try to, test them out, see which one you like the best. Because they really do add some nice graphics. But of course, you will take a big hit in frame rates, using the ray tracing. But it definitely does make the game look much better. It's Pokemon World with abundant things to do, from breeding to riding a Trip Panda with a rocket launcher. Yep. Very interesting. Product receipt for free. I'm not sure how he did that. Fixed achievements, please. Other than that, the game's pretty good. I don't know if you can have achievements. Um, Mine are working. I've been getting achievements. Nice game. Wow, we're still in January 31st. I just noticed that. This is all new reviews. Open world exploration, cozy crafting, creatures to collect and help. I'm not hating this at all. Amazing game, love it. Can't wait to see it develop more. Wish Nintendo would be ambitious enough to do it before, but oh well. If they don't want to adapt to their player base, someone else will, and did. This is not Pokemon. I've played most Pokemon games. This is not that. It is like Ark or Conan, except with cute Japanese anime style animals. It has a survival and build mechanism. Battles are not with other people, but variety of attacking creatures plus bad guys NPCs. There's also many running and peaceful creatures. There's a pretty large map to explore. It's pretty fun. Yeah, the AI isn't great on the NPCs, but whatever. Oh, here we go. Here's a person that is going to complain about the survival aspects, which I don't like survival games. More like Chore World. Everyone comparing this game to Pokemon. Pokemon doesn't require you to do chores. Pokemon is turn-based fighting, not mindless single ability attacks from your pals. What? If the objective is to grind and scale your player to acquire better monsters, that was never Pokemon. If I'm going to waste my time playing a game that requires a grind, it won't be some janky knockoff that requires me to do chores to get weaponry. The pals in this game are essentially just farm labor you acquire to build your inventory to make better items. It's a complete chore. It's pretty not fun. Interesting. This guy had 1 hour on record. I mean, that's just a horrible review. I mean, whatever. This guy just got on. He saw you had the craft stuff and probably was like, "Oh, I'm out of here." Well, yeah, there is. I mean, if you want to level up your base, if you, in other words, if you want to do all the things that you want to do in Palworld, not just catch pals, right? But if you want to hatch eggs, if you want to breed, right? If you want to you know, uh, combine pals to suck the souls out of them. Um, in in the condenser, which which is kind of like it's I want to say that's funny, but like when you put the pals in the condenser, it's doing exactly what it's called. You're squeezing the souls out of the pals. So yeah, you don't see it, of course. It's just a machine that you put them in there and then it converts them. So so yeah, there is some like funny dark aspects to it. You know what I mean? The game, it's quite it's quite it's brutal in a sense, but I mean it's just a game. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like the game like takes the worst of humanity and like and puts it in Palworld. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of like all the stuff that the pals have to go through, right? So, it's quite like when my son was on, he caught one of the lambdas or whatever they're called, the little lambs, the sheep, and he was using, just using it at that time just for like a fighter. And then of course, and then he picks it up and then he's using it as a shield, right? And like he goes, look, it's a shield. It's a shield. I said, that's a lamb. He goes, yeah, it's a shield though. I can pick it up and use him as a shield. So I turn around, right? And then like the sheep is like, he's holding it up and the sheep is looking forward and like he's got this big sad face, right? The sheep has this like really big sad face because he knows he's gonna get whacked. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's just stuff like that just you know it's just like dark humor. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it is. It's dark humor. So if $30 is that big of a deal for you, I mean, play it for an hour and quit. But I mean, a lot of people, they don't play it enough to find out exactly what the game has to offer. The game has to offer a lot of stuff. Like if you really want to get into like the numbers of the pals and how you can raise their stats way up and make super pals, and I mean you can do all that in the game. I mean I'm too lazy to do all that personally. I'm probably not even going to like experience a lot of that because I like I said, I'm not really in the survival games or management games. So, yes, I am playing this. Yes, I am crafting a lot of stuff even though I don't particularly like doing that all the time. But I'm just trying to have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you need to do. Like Starfield, everybody gets on me when I say it's a bad game. It's a bad game because it's a game that makes you waste time doing a lot of stuff that like you shouldn't have to do. You know what I'm saying? And the writing was terrible, and there's a whole bunch of stuff about Starfield that's just like ugh, annoying, right? Palworld, yes, it has the annoying crafting, right? Yes, it has, you know, the annoying management aspects of it. But the thing is that when you craft stuff and make stuff, there's an enormous reward for doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you make your incubators for the first time. Yes, it's a pain in the neck to make anything because you need materials to do it. But like me and my friend were just having fun finally being able to hatch our eggs, you know, and then every so often we would get a cool pal, you know what I'm saying? So, um, the same thing with the condenser. When we got the condenser, wow, we can get more souls and we can use them to upgrade, you know, our pals. You know, it's like you're getting rewarded greatly for all the work that you do. You know what I'm saying? Yes, does it is it somewhat annoying having to gather stuff all the time and craft? Well, so with me, when I go out and gather stuff, yes, sometimes I am very annoyed. But sometimes I'll just go out and say, man, I need to lighten up. You know what I mean? I need to lighten up. Let me just enjoy the game. Like, why am I trying to rush, rush, rush? It's like, so I go out now. I made sure that I upgraded my bag space, you know, my carry weight, so I can, you know, um, carry more. That way when I'm going out, you know, I can just enjoy myself. You know what I'm saying? Wow, more. 1,471,000 now. It went up. You know, so now when I go out to gather, I just go catch some pals, you know, or fight like a, you know, another fight another named pal again, or try to catch the big guys because you have if you catch 10 of them, then you max out that particular pal, um, you know, pal's ability. So when you catch one, it'll be maxed out, you know, in its stats. I mean, you could still make them stronger in other ways, but you know, so it's like, yeah, I mean, Pal World's a game that you don't have to take too seriously, really. I mean, it's got a lot of dark, I don't know if I'm even using that term correctly, dark humor, you know, in it. Um, but you can play with your friends. You can start your own server and invite people. You can play solo. It's like it's just it's an all-around good game. Like it's a game that kind of like grabs most people's attention. And it's a game that has stuff a lot more to it than meets the eye. So that's what people are missing, I think. You know what I'm saying? Even I missed it. And I played it for many hours, you know, and then I didn't even know half the stuff you could do in it because I'm too lazy to read, you know. So anyway, Pal World, man, still going strong. All right, everybody, peace.